Hey guys, Jason here. In this video, I'm going to share a heavy metal tone from Positive Grid's Bias FX Satan amp. Satan!
Satan must die!
Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed that fierce metal tone. That is one brutal metal tone in my opinion. And again, that's using Positive Grid's Bias FX. That's the amp and effects plugin. It's called Bias FX. And the cool thing about that plugin is the tone you just heard, that's the exact tone I used on my latest album, Heavy Metal Workout 2. Now, the amp I'm using here is called the Satan amp, and I believe it's obviously modeled after the Randall Satan amp, which that amp is known for just some brutal metal tones. So you can actually get those settings if you go to the link below, jasonsmetal.com. There's a link below where my exact settings are listed out. I've got everything in detail there, the amp settings, the EQ, all that stuff. So just go there and check it out. I also have that link in the description of this video. So I want to just talk briefly about this tone. So when I went and I'm going to go back to recording this album. When I went and recorded Heavy Metal Workout 2, I was looking for just that brutal and dark metal tone. And I couldn't quite find it in any of the plugins, and you know, I've got a small home studio here, so cranking up a half stack, that's probably not gonna cut it for like the neighbors and stuff. So, although I do record with a live amp sometimes, I do that, but I've relied on plugins for, you know, the past several years, ever since I've been releasing my album. So, you know, but I've been looking for like the best quality, and I'm not advertising Positive Grid, guys. I don't think they're not paying me or anything. Positive Grid, if you want to pay me, that's cool. But seriously, they're not. I use, you know, all sorts of sounds. I've just been using Positive Grid Bias FX. I have Bias FX and I have Bias Amp. I prefer Bias FX over Bias Amp. I feel like I kind of wasted my money buying Bias Amp. I've got a video on that too, and I'll share the link in the description. I'm gonna have a lot of links in the description of this video because there's a lot of relevant stuff that I'm sharing with you guys. So anyway, this is the Bias FX, and again, it's called the Satan amp. If you just, you know, if you have the plugin or if you've got the demo or whatever, just look for that amp, and it's in the high gain amps, of course. But again, I was looking for like a very, very dark tone. You know, not just a heavy tone, but something that had that darkness. Does that make sense to you guys, the dark tones? Because you've got some metal tones that are kind of bright, and those are great. You know, but then I wanted just kind of a darker, heavier feel, because I'm recording on a 6-string guitar, and I've never been one to down tune or detune or any of that stuff. I'm playing standard tuning, so it was a challenge, you know, to find something that was going to sound heavier and darker with standard tuning. Now, one trick I use, and I'm kind of going way off track here, one trick that I use, because I've had people say, hey dude, what do you tune to? The trick that I use is really just recording with a 5-string bass. That extra, you know, heavy note on the bass guitar, you know, having that go up the middle on your tracks, that adds so much. You can play in standard tuning with 5-string bass, and it sounds like you're down tuned. So anyway, I think this amp sim, you know, called the Satan amp, I think this is like one of the perfect amp sims for this specific tone that I was looking for anyway, that dark metal tone. Darkness. So anyway, Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, I've got all the details of these settings. These are the exact settings. What you just heard, you know, I just wrote that little that little song there. Actually, I think I used it about a week ago on a different video, but I just re-recorded the tracks using the Samson. But that exact tone is what I recorded Heavy Metal Workout 2 with, that album. That's my instrumental. It's kind of like almost like a melodic death metal style album. So, you know, definitely check that out. There's a link in the description below for that too. But yeah, the first link you'll see in the description is the one you see right here. That's where all the details of these settings are. Now I need to go write that webpage for you. Don't worry, by the time you watch this, it will be there. Guys, as always, I hope you enjoyed this video. And you know, if you have any questions, please leave comments. If you found this was helpful, also please like it and share it with someone. Until the next video, keep it metal.